So I've been checking out this new launch tool here on the Tundra, and let me show you something on the tool. So this is a pretty neat function. Right here at the top of the screen, it gives you the system voltage of the car, and you'll notice that voltage is low. So I had a concern about the battery. Let's go outside and test it out. Well, that's something we need to address right now. Got to clean all this corrosion and garbage off of these terminals before we can even properly test this thing. Oh yeah, and we've got this date code. It's 8 of 20, which is over 3.5 years old for this battery, which makes it pretty sus. That's what the kids tell me. Dad, that's sus. I'm pretty sure that means bad. So we're gonna take a look properly here. Wow, this negative is really on there. Might have to spread that out. Let me go get a tool. There we go. It didn't take much. I'm removing the negative first for safety, because if you start using metal tools on your positive and you ground that out, you're gonna get a spark show. But when the negative, look at that, when the negative is disconnected, you can touch this and metal, it doesn't matter. All right, positive. Let's see if this one comes off. Oh, she's pretty tight. Let me see down in there, what do we got? Can I get that in there? No, I don't think so. Another tool, hold on. We are bringing all the special tools today. See if I can get under that. Now, let me get my snap-on one. This one is a tool made by OTC. It's actually a windshield wiper removal tool. Sometimes it works on batteries, sometimes it doesn't, but this is specially designed for battery posts, made by Snap-on. It's a lot of money. There's a bunch of different manufacturers. You can get them from just about anywhere, but no pry bars needed, and that brings it off without damaging anything. Okay, you can see there's a bunch of corrosion in here. Let's go ahead and clean off the battery first. Now, judging by the looks of things here, I don't expect this battery to be very good. Even though this will improve it some, I think I'm buying a battery today. That's my guess, but we're gonna test it just to make sure and do everything we gotta do to get it done the right way. This is gross. Yuck. Now, am I gonna clean this up to 100%? No. Mostly because this is going to the scrapyard. They're just gonna, they're gonna recycle that into new batteries. This is gonna be just enough to test it out and confirm that the battery's no good. It's just started raining here on me, getting wet. Let's hurry this up before it gets too wet. All right, that's better. All right, we're going with the new tester made by Topdon. It's the BT something, BT 600. Can you read it? There you go, BT 600 from Topdon. In almost all cars, it's a tech tip for you. If you don't know the terminals and the battery's installed correctly, the negative terminal should be closest to the body of the car. Tech Tip Tuesday on a Saturday. All right, we got battery tests. We're just gonna do that here. This thing powers up as soon as you watch. See that? It doesn't have batteries or anything. It just powers up with the battery. So right there, we've got 12.47 volts. So it's not good already. We're gonna go with a regular flooded battery. That's what this is. Okay, CCA. We got 710 CCA already selected. That's what this battery is. Okay, so this gives you the internal resistance of the battery, the state of charge, which is 80%, and the health of the battery, which is 55%. So this battery, it could be better, but I think cleaning off the terminals here was helpful. Let me go ahead and do another test here. And that's gonna be the cranking test. One of the cool things about this tool is the cord on it is long enough to reach inside the car. So we're gonna do it from in there. And it gives you 30 seconds to start the engine, but we're inside the car, so we got plenty of time. Okay, so the cranking is low. Cranking time is right there, and then the battery dropped to 9.34 volts. That's no good. You want that at least above 10 volts when you're starting the car. That shows that you've got a healthy battery. Let's go ahead to the charging system, and we can do a test of that here. That's going to test the alternator and really the whole system to see if that's a problem. So we're going to start, and it's got a battery ripple. You see that waveform there? That's the the voltage ripple. All right, now we got to increase our speed. All right, charging system was happy. Okay, now we can review all the data. We've got decent charging system, but the battery health is low. The cranking low, we'll print that out. There you go. Battery test reports, cranking low. Hand this to the wife and say, we need a couple $100 because we're going, where are we going? Advanced Auto, I guess. We're gonna get ourselves a good battery. You just want this loose enough to remove the hooks that are down at the bottom. I'll show you those in a second. If I can get this one off. There we go. See these little hooks here? That's what just hook into the battery tray down here. This is a little battery grabbing tool. It's made by Lyle. Just grabs onto it, lifts it right out. All right, we got a lot of that corrosion off of these terminals. Both of them I cleaned off pretty good, but when I went to take off the battery tray, the plastic tray, I cleaned down here pretty good. But see all this here? That's just a bunch of paint that's missing from the metal. This is not something I want to rust out and have my battery fall through here. I've seen it on older trucks, and this truck isn't getting any younger. So what I'm gonna do is just put a little coat of paint on here. Now I cleaned this up with brake clean. So it's, it's not gonna be perfect, but it's going to prevent that rust from spreading. So a little bit of gray primer and black paint. This is all I've got. I keep some of this in stock just for times like this when I wanna get rid of some rust. It's not gonna match the color, but it's going under the tray anyway. And of course, brought the Can Shaker 9000 because manual labor sucks. All right, I'm just gonna spray down here and try not to get too much overspray on the rest of the car. Primer almost perfectly matches the color of the truck. It's sort of the, high school racing gray, but it's just primer. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the black paint ready. This battery hold down is looking pretty sus too, so while I got the black spray paint, yeah, that's a little bit better. Rain just a little bit here. Let's open up the hood and see what it looks like. Oh, look at this beautiful paint job. They call me the rattle can expert. And we got the plastic tray all cleaned up. Let's get that put down in there somehow. They don't actually call me the rattle can expert, but I'm not too bad at it. Got the Die Hard Platinum. This thing's got a 4-year warranty on it. It's not prorated, which is pretty good. I can take it back 3.5 years later. They'll give me a free battery as long as this one fails their test. While this paint was drying, we went down to Sonny's Barbecue, had lunch. It's fantastic. Took our youngest daughter. I had the beef brisket, really, really good. She had the pork sampler platter. I had a lot of that too. She couldn't finish it, so I can barely move. Had a lot. So right after this, I think it's time for a nap. I bought, in addition to the battery, I got these little rings that you put on the terminals. What they're supposed to do is keep corrosion to a minimum, and it came with some dielectric grease. I don't think I'm going to be putting that on the terminals themselves. Let me go ahead and I'll just hook up the terminals dry, because I don't want to have that layer in between, and then I'll kind of slather this on there when I'm done. I've never used these pads before. I've seen them used, but I don't know how well they work. These are also branded Die Hard, but it comes with some free silicone. Let's see if you can open that up. Wow, no, you can't. Hold on. And get the old knife out. There we go. These packets never really contain a whole lot of grease in there. We've got more inside in case we need it. I think what I'm going to do though is just kind of goop it on there. Just kind of slather it up with grease to keep the corrosion off the terminals and maybe, you know, whatever's metal. Also, don't touch the grease with your bare hands. Get it on your skin. It's dangerous. It can kill you. It can cause California or whatever it is. So let that be a warning to you. Do what I say, not what I do. I have a feeling that this battery will probably come back out of the car, 3 years, 10 months from now. I'm saving the receipt. It wasn't cheap. This was a $250 battery. So I'm gonna do that, and you can come back to see how these anti-corrosion methods have worked out. We can put the cap back on it. Safety third. And make sure you take these things off. Don't put your cables on top of the plastic. It's not gonna work. And drum roll please, another big reveal. Look at that. Freshly painted tie down, hold down. Looks pretty good, I think. Not too bad. So let me get this hook down here in the hole. This is always kind of a tricky part. Oh, look what I did. Didn't go under the handle. Dang it, what a rookie move. I don't gotta do it all over again. The short hook goes towards the back of the car, and the long one obviously in the front. Let's see if I can reach it. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Let me get that front hook in there. Yes, got her. Got he. I'm not trying to kill these things, I just want it good and snug so that battery doesn't fly around when we're doing some jumps off-road or whatever it is Mrs. S wants to do with this thing. That looks pretty good. Let's fire it up. So as soon as I went outside with the car keys, guess who showed up? It's Mac. He wants to go for a ride. He loves the car, so yeah, let's see if this thing will start up and we'll go for a ride, I guess. All right, moment of truth. It's beeping. That's good. Perfect. Sounds really good. Close the door so you can hear me. So Mac and I are going to go for a test drive to make sure this thing is charging, but right now the voltmeter is looking good. It's at 14 volts. Now I use kind of a lot of specialty tools in the video. I like that battery tester. That's Top Don's. I'll link all that stuff in the description, and right over here in the tool store I've put the tools that I use and that are available on Amazon in the tool store, so you can see what I use and what I would recommend. And for all your other Tundra maintenance videos, go down there. We're at about 100,000 miles on this car. The 100,000 mile extravaganza video is coming up soon. Stay tuned for that, and I'll see you there.